So 2020 March, so that's the start of the bull run 2 years ago. So just is still at the start of the COVID. So at that time, we can definitely see that that is a kind of a V bottom, and the orange line here is definitely the Nasdaq 100, and then the candlestick chart here is the ARKK, so that's the Cathie-Wood ETF. So you can definitely tell that the ARKK is definitely beating the Nasdaq 100 and definitely beats the S&P 500 as well. So when the bull run actually started, the growth stock actually lead the way up. So it actually leads the way up. If you compare it to the Nasdaq 100, look at the slope here. So this is Nasdaq 100, while this is ARKK. So subsequently, reaccumulation, while the Nasdaq also undergoing a reaccumulation, and then we have a breakout in the Nasdaq 100 going up until probably January, February of the 2021. But look at ARKK, a parabolic run, a striation to the upside, creating a buying climax, and then followed by unwinding of the parabolic curve. So this is definitely some kind of the distribution. So there is a lot of the distribution on the way up and also on the way down as well. And subsequently, it actually formed a trading range, which is a redistribution. So you can definitely tell that the volume is kind of on a low side, especially at the probably middle or the probably second half of the trading range. So this is kind of a typical, because once the strong hand, the first batch of the smart money just unwind, they sell into the strength, and then subsequently they become inactive. So it's just until that we see this is the sign of weakness breakdown, so the largest down wave followed by the inability to rally up, and then eventually just breaking down as well. But one thing that is very interesting here is ARKK actually leads the way down. So while Nasdaq 100 actually forming an up channel or the uptrend, we have a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher higher high throughout. So it's definitely an uptrend, while the ARKK is actually forming a distribution followed by a redistribution. So it's already leading the way down. But there is quite a lot of the rotation happening during 2021. So sometimes it's just from growth to value, sometimes from value to growth. So until to the point that we witness near the end of 2021, around November to December, there is a lot of the selling happen in the growth stocks like the previous leadership, Upstart, Affirm, those kind of the growth stocks just capitulate. So it's just a straight to the downside in a very short period of time. And that is actually the start of the switching of the bearish environment. So I talk about this trading range here as a distribution. So, and publish it in the Yahoo Finance articles and also in my email. So some of you might remember that. And subsequently, we definitely have this sign of weakness. So this is the like the confirmation. So we got a increasing of the supply as well, and then followed by a breakdown, and then redistribution, breakdown, and then right now it's sort of still in a distribution, sorry, a trading range. So whether it's a distribution or accumulation is yet to be confirmed. However, just based on the ARKK ETF, so that's why I call it a leading indicator of the growth stocks. So whether in a bull market, it actually leads the way up, while in a bear market, it actually leads the way down. So let's just revisit this again. So this is a bull market, it leads the way up. And also, while this happened, it actually just showing some weakness. And then when this actually declares like the breakdown from the all-time high, and we already see ARKK lead the way down. So it already broke down previously, and then followed by Nasdaq 100 breakdowns here. So I think this is quite clear. This actually provides a very good sign to just sort of anticipate or predict that the growth stocks is going to break down. So a breakdown in the ARKK, while Nasdaq is actually forming a trading range. So while it actually showed confirmation in the phase E markdown, so this is like a Dow trend, and we finally see as the Nasdaq 100 actually just broke down. So now we came to a point that ARKK actually just showing a lot of the signs with a lot of the weakness as well. So first is definitely this selling climax. So there's an increasing of the supply together with the price spread. So we see a lot of the panic, gap, big spread, bar to the downside, and then followed by striation to the downside. So definitely this is a selling climax or the stopping volume. So there's where a lot of the people, investors, institutional type of the investor to generate this kind of the volume. So there is actually the stopping volume. Subsequently, there's an automatic rally that's defined the trading range. So this is the trading range, sudden climax, automatic rally. So we got some kind of the fake out, or I call it the uptrust, just a temporary commitment to the upside, and then followed by failure. So we can definitely see that this is sort of like A, and that is probably still B, and we are kind of entering into the LPSY while we see the weakness forming right here. So let me zoom in to this portion. So let's just focus on the trading range. So this trading range is around okay, so I didn't show the price here, but it actually doesn't matter. So we just focus on this trading range. So right after the uptrust, we see that the subsequent rally is very weak. So unlike the previous rally we've seen here, we got this sort of the rally. So right after this, the uptrust, the rally is this much. And after it touched the support, the rally is even weaker. So there is sort of like a spring-like action right here, and then followed by 2 bars rally. But look at where it actually stopped. This is halfway of the trading range. Okay, this is a trading range, this is halfway of the trading range. It just touched halfway of the trading range, not even go all the way up to test the resistance at a high. So subsequent rally, weak rally, weak rally, weak rally, weak rally, and recent price action showing some kind of a meltdown with increasing of the volume, increasing of the supply. So this doesn't look good to me. So it looks kind of bearish, and it's just sort of telling me that, well, I'm going to go down. And after showing many times of the attempt to rally, yet I find quite a lot of the supply right here, especially, look at this. Although we did see this bullish bar, okay, it's closed right at high, bullish, but look at that, it only lasted like maybe, okay, this is one day, that's below, that's another day, and then subsequently just went back down. So that comes with a lot of the selling into strength. So there's a lot of the supply right here where people actually selling into strength. So it just failed to commit above halfway of the trading range, and then eventually test a high. So this portion right here is very weak to me, and that's really the last point of the supply. So when we see there's a breakdown, sort of like this bar, but that's sort of acted as a spring. But here we got quite a number of the bars commit below, and once it's break below, which I believe is sort of committed yesterday, that's sort of like the confirmation. So it might have attempt to rally because that is kind of oversold, so very short-term oversold. So it might have some kind of the attempt to rally up, but if it just fail to get back into the range, we definitely will see it's just going to go down, break down, and that should trigger another round of the sell off. So I will just still treat this trading range as a redistribution. Okay, so this is probably like a sign of weakness, LPSY, and then wait for a breakdown. to go into the markdown. So the markdown phase could be similar to once it's actually get out of the trading range. So it could be similar to this. Okay, breakdown, attempt to rally, failure, breakdown, and then that is sort of like the marking down. So there's a downtrend, a very short-term downtrend, and then followed by quite choppy periods. So we could see something like that if there we got a confirmation to the downside. All right, so back to the chart, when we compare Nasdaq 100. So where is Nasdaq? Okay, so this is the orange line is the Nasdaq 100. So right now, although we get this breakdown happen in the ARKK, Nasdaq 100 is still within a trading range. It's sort of just break the first part, the first portion of the structure, although it's still within the trading range. But if this is a leading indicator, the ARKK, likely I will bet on the breakdown of Nasdaq as well. Okay, so a breakdown is just commit below the swing low of probably November and also in October as well. So I think ARKK actually hinted that. So we just need to get some form of the confirmation for the price action for Nasdaq 100. If you want to catch my latest videos, click on the subscribe button and the bell right now so that you get instant notification once I upload my latest video. If you want to check out my online courses, go to tradeprecise.com to find out how to profit consistently from any market without using complex indicator or understanding any financial statement, no matter you are trading or investing.